Tier 8 Siege time. This time we're matched against rank 18th clan. Our clan is, I want to say, rank 166 or something. And we're down a player, right? So it's going to be a little bit tough. We'll see how it goes. For this one, I think the direction is just don't mess around. Be efficient with the attacks. So let's get into it and just break down what's happening here with this tier A siege. Um, so for the first one is one of these legendary only restrictions, and for these, of course, against Taurus, Marishka, Stevie, the ideal team's composition is just a reset champion, skill reset champion that is in Chronophage, counters Fabian, right? So you want someone like Donatello or Prince Kaimar, Yumiko, someone in Chronophage, and then also Taras Marishka, so you bring in Narcissus and Kara to counter that, and then finally against the counterattacks and Sifi sleeps, you want to bring in a UDK, and that's a pretty standard team to counter this sort of composition. Should be pretty safe. But I like to scout, and my best scout team is the Turtles. So I'm going to first get a Turtle scout team in. Right. Also, Turtle has Donatello in it, and my Donnie is has what would you call the Chronophage, so it counters Fabian. Like when he does the lockout, it does nothing to Donnie. So what I can do is I can reset everybody's skill. Right. Over here, I'm going to attack. I still have Stone Skin, so I can attack the Marishka. Taras will counterattack, but it will hit into the Stone Skin, so it's completely fine. We attack the Marishka, right? Get her a little bit lower. Okay, and then the Sifi, they're over there trying to hit the Raphael, who has Hero built, so Raphael is not going to sleep and not getting petrified, right? Pretty important. That's why I have Vero on him. Over there, we do the counterattack. Yeah, the Taurus should have killed Leo there, but my Leo has aspect of Seroth, so you see his turn meter went to 0, but he took no damage, right? That's because of aspect of Seroth. I think on attacks, Turtle's aspect of Seroth is fantastic. On defense, if you have to use, I don't recommend using Turtles on defense or live arena for that matter. But if you're going to do that, I recommend Wand Submission on Leo. Yeah, so aspect of Seroth coming clutch there. Over here, I'm just looking at different targets, which one to hit, and I go for the A1, right? To do a little bit of block revive. That one is gone. Here, because my Leo is has no turn meter, and because he's petrified, he actually don't die to the Tara's big AoE. Like if he wasn't petrified here, that would have killed him. But because he's petrified, you take reduced damage. So here I try to cleanse, right? But fear proc lost the 50-50. It happens. Over here, very important, because after the big smack of Taurus, the AoE, Taurus is going to do his single target, which does a ton of damage. And if you don't recognize that you have to use the A3 here on Mikey, it's just something you need to know, right? Mikey's A3 plus taunt, which makes Tara's single target focus Mikey only. If you use the decreased defense and stun skill, that would be throwing the match away, right? So have to use the A3 here, which puts the taunt up. Okay, so here Taras does his single target. It hits through the stone skin and almost kills the Mikey, right? We don't dodge, we don't get lucky there, but it's okay. Dio comes back with a slash, and then here we just ally attack, right? 3, sure, more damage, and that's that match. Yeah. So Turtles can absolutely take this kind of team in terms of damage, revives, mitigation, specifically against Fabian. Like any reset champion in Chronophage is a fantastic counter. So that was that one. Over here, I think I wanted another one of these. What is this? a Chalkco, that void legendary. He puts does counterattacks, does block active, block passive, and then they also put more HP burns on us, right? Which is not good. In for champions in Stone Skin. Also, they have Volcanos, not good for champions in Stone Skin. But over here, we still go in with the turtles, right? This is a different account, and this is the scout team. I think is just very safe, very good to use turtles as scouts. See, over there they did the block passive, and they dropped Ralph HP below 50%, which triggered Leo to counterattack. Even the Duchess cannot save them, right? With the damage reduction, because Leo just do so much damage, ignore defense so much. Over here, I'm looking at the different things. I'm thinking, should I? Because if I do A3 here, I'm going to refresh my unkillable, which is important. Over here, I put another unkillable up. At this point, I don't think I can lose anymore, right? Because I have 2 champions in unkillable. It's actually 2-turn unkillable on Raphael. So here we just do our AOE taunt, and although everyone looks pretty low, like if I don't get a fear proc here, yeah, I do get a fear proc. It's okay. With the turtles, especially if they have the block, we get 3 fear procs in a row. It's okay. We get 3 more fear procs in a row. It's not our lucky day. Yeah, but at that point, I've got unkillable on my team. Their champions, they can't really do much after that, right? And then just A1, it should be enough. So yeah, two fights with 2 turtle scout teams. We're doing pretty well. Over here in this one here looks like a fast Lazardus into a couple of tanky champions with revive, and you know what we do to tanky revive champions, right? Just turtles just have overwhelming damage. The only thing here I'm concerned is if Lazardus opens with the strip, yeah, not the strip. His skill does decrease buff duration, so it's better than strip. This skill bypasses lightning cage, and it could get rid of our or like a our stone skin, and puts the block debuff, right? Now, crucially, he didn't do that to Leo, which is the most important one, and Leo did a counterattack, killed the Marishka first. It was fantastic, but Marishka comes back because of Lazardus passive. So you gotta kill her again, and then you gotta kill Duchess. Hope the Duchess doesn't revive. So it's a very like non-stop revive type of team, right? Over here, Empress did a big AOE, got rid of 2 turtles. Is looking bad already. And one that little green icon, that's the last laugh amulet. So that one's already procced. It's not looking good for us. This is very, very important. His whole team, the damage. I mean, Lazarus also does some damage on the second form, but most of the damage comes from Empress. And over here, our Raphael, like we just look at it again, actually block revive the Empress. That's gonna be key here, because if I didn't do that, it's gonna be a very, very tough match. Did the block revive on the Empress, died to the reflect damage, but he did his job, right? Because Empress is never coming back. I also don't have Reviver on my team, but I got my most important unit still alive, and that's Leo. I put the unkillable and counterattack, and now it's just they're just gonna hit me, and I'm just gonna counter, right? So over here, I'm not too worried anymore. Lazarus can't go through the block damage. Sorry, not block damage, the unkillable. So it's gonna be a good time for me. Um, yeah, more revive, right? And Marishka comes back, so you gotta kill them again. There's gonna be a lot of reviving. Yeah, Marishka again revives everybody. Yep. but they have to attack me. I'm the only one left, and I do the AOE. Yeah, and so that's that match. Didn't look great from the start, but because Ralph had enough damage, did the block revive, I was able to take that down. Oh, I guess I wanted to hit that, but that one someone else was hitting it, so I chose another team. This one here, a lot of mythicals, right? All mythicals and all high blessing. Um, this kind of team, Marius, right? With that many mythicals on the enemy team, Marius is going to be the best choice. Thought process here is use Necri to outspeed the enemy team because we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna take out their Crexia first, so she doesn't lock us out. And then I'm going to buff up with a 9 protection Sifi. So even if the enemy decides to strip or do their crowd control with those Theo and Galathier, um, that I have a very good chance of putting protected block debuffs on myself. And then the bolster necrit as well as the build on my CV is going to probably tank Siegfried, who looks very scary. It probably does a lot of damage, and then Marius is just gonna get to work, right? So that's the thought process. But this team, like, of course, very well built, and the champions are extremely fast. Now you notice I don't have any speed aura either, so my team is quite slow, right? So it does go according to plan. Over here, I'm looking at, okay, it's 9 Mercurial Galathier, I think. Yeah, so I killed the Crexia, which did a boost turn meter for the Theo times 2. So she has things that either a relic or masteries. It proc that and make the Theo jump ahead of the queue. She does a revive, and actually it's it gave Crexia so much turn meter, plus the Galathier boost, that it went before my Maria. So this is very bad. Um, Also, you notice like the circles around their buffs. That's probably a 9 protection. Is it a, yeah? It might be a 9 protection Theo that's doing this. Yeah, at the start, the Theo doesn't have any. Notice the Theo doesn't have any stone skin or anything else, right? No Mercurial, no total guard. So that's probably a 9 protection Theo, and that's what is very fast and is putting protected unkillable on their whole team. So this is a bad situation for me, right? My my Marius don't get to go before the lockout, so I only have A1 now. Um, the Siegfried does the AoE, boosts his turn meter, so he's gonna go again. And my Marius is locked out, and my Ilo is locked out. Over here, I have to just A1. Um, did enough damage to trigger Siegfried passive, as well as the Crexia. We put the True Fear on Crexia, because we tried to kill her, but she has unkillable. Over here, I'm hoping this hit doesn't do enough to kill the Sifi, right? But it does. I think it barely does enough. 108k. But there's no splash damage, right? Like it barely did enough to kill Sifi. Um, so a little bit unlucky here. Over here, because everyone is in Bale, I have to hit the Theo. And Ileo's A1, there is a guaranteed buff steal. 9-piece protection, right? 9-piece protection Theo. So both the unkillable and the stone skin, I can't steal that. On a little bit unlucky. Uh, what happened there? Oh, was it a fear proc? No, it wasn't. Why didn't the Crexia take a turn? Oh, Crexia did take a turn. Okay, sorry. The animation. She did the I think it's the A2 on the first form, which decreases turn meter and puts block debuffs, block buff debuff on. Now, a human playing would definitely not use this skill. because this skill will trigger Marius to counterattack. But this is AI, right? So that counterattack actually is pretty big for me. I put a enfeeble and a stun on their Siegfried, so that gives me more time to start cycling, right? I think Galathier still has revive. Yeah, Galathier still has revive. Over here, Galathier revives, puts Veil on everybody, can't target them, but Ailil's cooldown is so low. I actually get my A3 back, so I can do the AoE, and I kill the Siegfried, right? You always want to kill the Siegfried. Um, Over here, they putting like protected again. Um, I still have block debuffs, so I'm not too worried about the Wand of Submission proccing on my on my Marius. So I can do the A3 first, I think, and then I do the A2, try to kill the Galathier, which I do, but then Theo brings everybody back. This time Theo actually, didn't get super lucky. Only one protection, so makes me think maybe it's not 9 piece protection, or maybe this time it's very unlucky. Um, they're not protected. So out of them, I'm thinking this is the best one to steal because I have never hit Galathier yet with my Ailil A1. So the A1 is gonna guarantee to steal. And because I have Lightning Orb triple stack, right? It's gonna do extra damage after the steal. It does kill the Galathier. Here, I think I want to do an ally attack. Uh, yeah. Did I hit? No, I have never hit the Crexia yet with the Idle A1, so I steal her block damage as well. But I don't have Lightning Orb anymore, so she doesn't die. I protect the Marius. Again, fighting a real human, it's a terrible time to transform, right? Because transforming will trigger Marius passive. But against AI, this is why we're bringing Marius into the matchup with all these mythicals. They're going to want to transform, and they're going to want to use skills that decrease turn meter, and that's going to trigger our counterattack. Oh, excellent. We just start controlling them. Over here, there is no good choices. I believe I can't steal this one. Can I? I'm thinking. Yeah, I have already hit Theo, so I can't steal that. Um, but can't kill though. And there's still a turn. And my Ailil's skill is back, right? The A2, ignore Stone Skin. Now, usually I can't do anything to this Theo, and she probably is going to do the revive on put unkillable on everybody. But Ailil has the A2 that ignores Stone Skin, and we cycle back, right? So here, I'm just going to do that, and we win the match. So very, very tough match. The mastery proccing in the beginning that brings Crexia back, and she locked us out before we get the go. That almost made us lose the game, right? And also the Siegfried just barely doing enough damage to kill the Sifi. That I think just a little bit more, we would have survived with the relic proccing and whatnot. But yeah, so we take that one. Over here, it's a classic speed team, very, very fast. And against this type of teams, you don't want to, go speed versus speed and do that because they have invested all their energy into speed, basically. Um, Stuck? What's going on? I think, yeah, I had to go restart. Yeah. So bugs with Siege. Yeah, against the teams where they have spent everything in their power to try to go fast. Ideally, you don't want to go speed versus speed. You try to find another way to beat them, right? For this one, I'm hoping that they will be faster than me for sure, and then they're gonna trigger my passive with the turtles. They're gonna drop someone low, and that's gonna trigger Leo to counterattack and one shot them. We've seen this exact type of match before, and is a very good strategy, right? Over here, let's just take a look because even the speed teams, a lot of them will have protection against things like Hegemon, Calvalax. So over here, this team, if you were to want to use Hegemon or Cavalax, you will send in the scout, right? Um, maybe just one champion, just swap your fastest speed gear on that champion, get like kind of gauge how fast they are, and then also see if they have Stone Skin, if they have Furo, if they have Mercurial on them. Over here, the Odin has 2 turns Stone Skin, Mirius has 1 turn, so those are gonna be like your Hegemon and Cavalax can't do anything, but the other 2 speed champions actually they will be susceptible to the poisons or Hegemon. Right? So yeah, send in a scout, test it out, and then send in the counters. And this is wouldn't be too hard because they're not in Feral or Stone Skin. So here they boost up, they lock out. Wouldn't have had the preset to go there. Like this player actually had to try to make Odin specifically use that skill. Like I don't get why you wouldn't open with the strip, stun, and decrease defense on Odin. But the preset is to do this big smack. Questionable, right? Questionable. Now against Fabian, Chronophage, reset your skills, works great. Over here, we're just going to do that. And Marius is gonna smack, it's gonna drop somebody low, and we're gonna counterattack, right? Over here, this Odin still has the strip, so I'm aware of that. And I actually normally for Leo you want to put the unkillable A2, use the A2, but because Odin still has that skill, you just have to risk it. Hopefully you one shot the Odin. So I go for the A3, and yeah, 392k damage would be one shot him. So that is that match. Very good. We're not messing around here. We're just taking in these matches. For the next one, I think I actually try to whip up a team. I just want to go into a normal match, and I'm seeing for this team like how many buffs I have, and if it's good, right? So I'm trying to use a Marichka, Necrit, and Maria kind of team to fight someone in Siege. And before that, I just want to go into a arena match just to count. Like, what if enemy goes first and they hit me? Like, how many buffs do I have? Is it a multiple of 3? Is the team order correct, right? If you're not using like one of your preset teams, you're actually doing one team just specifically to counter a siege team. You always want to test it first, right? So let's just speed that up. Okay, so this is the team we're actually trying to beat. I was thinking of doing Crexia versus Crexia matchup. Like they will lock me out and I will reset my skills with Crexia. But then here's the thing. With if I'm using Maria, right? Maria is not really scared of lockout. Necrit, we don't really care about lockout. Marishka, not particularly. I don't need Crexia. I brought in another mythical, Empress, who is good into Marius and also not scared of lockout because he can just transform to the second form. So that is gonna be good. So they do the lockout, yeah, and they do this. Okay, all right. Over here, looking at this team, and I'm locked out, right? So I have to fish for extra turns. 1. That's 2. I don't get a third one. All right. Maria on 2 turns. Embrace gonna transform, gonna get smacked by Marius, which there's a delay there for some second, but Embrace revives, and they revive. Okay, not a problem. Here I want to ally attack. Go again. Yeah. And over here, oh, I get extra turn, which I can heal myself up. That saved my Embrace over there. Here, because this is the 3rd turn, I'm gonna use A2, take out a target. Also, gonna lock them out, right? So that took out the target. Game is laggy. they put the block damage. A HP swap. I take out the only one who is not under block damage. I get 2 non-crits. Pretty unlucky there. Here it's very good for me already because they have no more revivers. I take out the damage dealer because there's no revivers. That one even had aspect of Seroth on the. So it's good that we focus that last. All right. And over here, ally attack. Okay, block revive. So pretty good. In terms of like, ideally, I want to HP swap with the Niamhi, right, with the Embrace, and then to bypass, but I wasn't able to do that. But still, we were able to take out that kind of team with our Maria. Good. For this team, they have a trap. They've got a trap, right? And this one is to turn one of your champions visible. So I don't know what is that leader. I've decided to put together like a team just to scout. So I'm thinking if that one is a speed booster, um, I think this team, the scout team, could potentially, right? But as we get into this match, you'll see it's not a speed booster, it's a Commodus, and the Commodus actually goes very fast, right? Not sure if I would have gone with that preset there with the Armans, going with the sheep, because there is an interaction with sheep and bombs. If you put bombs onto the sheep would die, and then the champion comes back, it'll take an instant turn. So that's a little bit anti-synergy there with Armans and bomb champions. But because I didn't know there was bombs, I brought in a bunch of stone skins, so I got wrecked, right? Um, Over here, I don't think there's any chance of coming back. Two of my champions are stunned. Just Maria left. Like, even though I know Maria is great, but there's 4 champions on the enemy side, and I got a pain link. Right? See, that's Siegfried's big smack. Big smack did 1,000 damage. Right? Any champion will Siegfried will probably just kill straight up, but this one, uh, not enough. And then yeah, Armand's turn meter still did 3,000. Siegfried's a big smack did 1,000. So Maria is excellent versus that. But over here, I'm just going to go into a rematch now that I know there is a Commodus. So I'm going to beat that up. I just put in my normal team, right? Like this time around for Siege, we're really just not messing around. We're trying to be efficient, take out their fastest champion, the Disruptor. My CP is faster than enemy Commodus. I put block debuffs on. The bombs do nothing. Over there, the Siegfried did his big smack on Sifi, who had Fortify still as the buff, so let's ignore defense, right? Didn't do enough damage. Over here, Marius does his big smack, and then yeah, that's it. I think that was all of the matches. That was the last one that we had to take, right? And yeah, so that was it for this siege. Um, we, I think at the end, when I last checked, it's not looking good for this siege because what can you expect, right? Like a rank 18 clan versus rank 166. So a little bit of mismatch there, but it was a fun siege. I think um, enemy was tough. There was a lot of mythicals, a lot of high blessings, and we definitely put up a fight though. Like if take a look at the defenses, it wasn't really one sided. I think so. Yeah, that was this tier A siege, and thanks for watching the breakdown. See you next time.